River Jordan flowed sluggishly, cutting through the dusty Judean landscape. Satan stood invisible upon the bank, his ancient eyes fixed not on the water, but on the invisible clockwork of prophecy that hung over the plane of the earth. He counted the cycles. He measured the years since the decree to restore and build Jerusalem. 69 weeks, 483 years. The sands of the hourglass had run out. As the carpenter from Nazareth rose from the water, the heavens tore open. The Spirit descended like a dove, resting upon him, and the voice that had once expelled Lucifer from the mountain of God now thundered over the river. "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." Satan recoiled, the sound vibrating through his very being. It had begun. The 70th week of Daniel was no longer a future dread. It was the present reality. The Messiah had been anointed. The clock for the final confirmation of the covenant had started ticking. "He is in the flesh," Satan hissed, watching the figure of the Messiah walk toward the wilderness. "He is bound by the density of dust. I will break him." For 40 days, the adversary stalked the Anointed One in the desolate places. He needed certainty. He saw the hunger, the physical weakness of the human frame, and doubt crept into the dragon's mind. Could the infinite Yahuwah truly dwell in such frailty? "If you are the Son of God," Satan challenged, demanding a miracle, demanding proof of identity. He needed to confirm the target. The Messiah answered only with Scripture. He stood firm as a rock against the storm. Once the identity was confirmed, Satan revealed his true desire, the ancient lust that had birthed his rebellion in the sides of the north. He stripped away the illusion of the desert and, from the highest mountain, showed the Messiah the glory of the world's kingdoms in a moment of time. "All this I will give you," Satan offered, "if you will fall down and worship me." It was the ultimate gamble. He offered the Messiah the crown without the cross. But the second Adam did not fall where the first had stumbled. "Get behind me, Satan, for it is written, 'You shall worship Yahuwah your God, and him only shall you serve.'" Defeated in the wilderness, Satan withdrew, biding his time for a more opportune season. He turned his gaze to his greatest weapon on earth, Rome, the fourth beast, the kingdom of iron that trampled and devoured the whole earth. "If I cannot tempt him to sin," Satan resolved, "I will use the iron of Rome to crush him." He moved through the Sanhedrin. He whispered into the ear of Pilate. He entered the heart of Judas. The frenzy culminated on a hill called Golgotha. As the nails were driven home and the sky turned black as sackcloth, Satan stood atop the cross, invisible to the weeping women below, howling in triumph. He watched the Messiah breathe his last. He watched the light of the world extinguished by the power of Rome. "I have won!" Satan screamed into the void. "The heir is dead! The inheritance is mine!" But as the earth shook and the veil of the temple tore from top to bottom, the terrible truth dawned on him. He had not won. He had been played. In killing the lamb, he had facilitated the very sacrifice that would pay the debt of the jury, mankind. The bruise upon the Messiah's heel was painful, but the blow to the serpent's head was fatal. The legal claim Satan held over the earth was broken. Panic turned to cold, calculating resolve. He knew his time was ever shorter. He could no longer touch the head, for he had ascended beyond reach. But the body, the followers of the way, remained on the earth. Satan looked at the Roman Empire. He saw its political power waning, its iron beginning to rust. But he saw something else, a structure, a hierarchy, a seat of authority that commanded the reverence of the world. "The iron will not disappear," the father of lies whispered, his eyes glowing with a new, sinister plan. "It will change form." He would no longer fight God solely with the sword of paganism. He would do something far more deceptive. He would take the power and paganism of Rome, baptize it in the language of the truth, and seat himself in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. I will wear the mask of the Messiah, Satan vowed, looking down the long corridor of the coming centuries. I will build a kingdom of spiritual iron, and through it, I will wear out the saints of the Most High until the end of the age. The war for the throne was over. The war for the people of God had entered the Dark Ages.